All right, we're here on the Don's pregame show and joined by USF head coach Frank Lavrisha. Frank, thanks for coming on today.
You're welcome.
So it's family weekend here for the volleyball team. Know a lot of the players and coaches have family in town. What does that mean to the players to be able to play in front of their family, especially coming from all over the place?
It's awesome, and not only for the families involved with the coaches as well as with the athletes, and then we have all our fans or family, so to speak, out there in video land, and like even my sister-in-law Marge, back in Cleveland, Ohio, is watching right now. So that kind of support's just awesome. And so for us to be able to kind of play in front and show what the improvements we've made with our program, and that we're playing with so much effort and spirit, and that's what we hope to do on the court today.
Yeah, absolutely. And I did want to touch on that because the other day, St. Mary's, very hard-fought game, and it was close throughout the entire match. What was your message to your team after that game?
You know, I loved how we played, and we played with so much more spirit than last Saturday, and reminiscent of our match against BYU, where we just battled every point and did such a great job with the serve and pass game. And that was one of the things that we were a little deficient on, even though we went to 4 with St. Mary's the first time. They really won that battle, and so for us to hold our own and maybe even have a slight edge was a huge accomplishment for us.
Now you come into the back end of conference play. How have you seen your team develop over the course of maybe the full season and the conference season?
For sure, the conference is pushing us so vigorously and putting us up against the wall because it's such a tough volleyball conference. So for us, that's really challenged us, and all the little things now loom larger because it makes such a difference in terms of the overall picture. So for us, it's forcing us to really be good with the initial contact, serving and passing, and then offensively to kind of match up and be a little more creative at the net. And one of the people, one of our players who's really turned it up in the last week is Lena Bandar. She's really come into her own, and we can see her experience and savviness come through.
I was going to ask you if there was a player to watch this week, and it sounds like Lena, she had those, what was the season high in kills and digs the other day, and it sounds like she might be your pick for now.
Yeah, for sure. And then we're waiting to see which other player can emerge as well. Not only one, but if we can get another 2 or 3, and then that'll be the big difference for this match. Yeah.
Now, this is year 2 for you on the hilltop, and again coming into the back end of conference play. Can you kind of contrast where you were last year compared to this year in terms of the program?
You know, I think the difference is the response, and this year we're getting this response from the team, and we're continuing to improve. So their response has been just so progressive, where we're still making progress, we're still getting better, and especially as we enter the WCC season. So I would say the response by the team and moving forward has been the difference.
There's also been so many injuries to this team this year, to key players, so many young players. What has this team shown you over the course of the year?
Yeah, we've got a chance to see our depth for sure, and so it bodes well for our future because most of the depth are freshmen. And at the same time, how to deal with injuries and play through them if it's possible. So for sure, it's shown us the value of Nicole, our athletic trainer, and what she does for the program and for our department. But it shows so much of what the youth, what we have coming up, and the future of the program for us.
Can you give us a quick scouting report about Pacific? What can we expect to see from the Tigers today?
You know, they're always well coached, a very competitive group, whether it's indoor or beach. They're a little bit young, just like we are. They have a bunch of new players. They've taken good teams, to 5. They went 5 with St. Mary's. So it's even though they've got somewhat of a slim roster right now for injuries and so forth, but I expect a battle and it's just the nature of their program. So I think ultimately it's making sure that we're ready for such a battle.
Well, it should be a fun game no matter what, especially coming off that tough game against St. Mary's the other day. We've been joined by Don's head coach, Frank Lavrisha. Thanks for joining us, and good luck today.
Thank you so much. All right.
Lineups, player introductions, and the anthem coming up next.